This can happen when someone have die a very traumatic death, a car accident or a murder or something like that, something unexpected. And it is such a shock to the body. Or someone can be attached to worldly things, desires, attached to someone, children, to a spouse, to material things, and so on. And that can hold them back, and they become trapped. Some get trapped for a little while, and then they moved on, and some trapped there for a longer time. And sometimes people believe that if a person takes his or her own life, often they get caught there, they become a lost soul. So a lost soul is one that is trapped between the astral and our physical world. Usually they come very close to our physical world, and you can often see them. But not every entities you see are lost souls. They're not like that at all. But there are different reports. Some say if someone commits suicide, it's okay. They go over the other side just like everyone else. They go through the tunnel. There'll be friends waiting, relatives waiting for them, welcoming them. So it's happy. And some people say no. They get lost there. They are so in between worlds. And we have to say why. Why are there different reports? The reason being that there is such a thing called astral karma. Are you aware that astral karma? You are aware that here we have karma, but I don't think people realize there's astral karma, such a thing called astral karma. And this is one of the few things that we are going to mention this today. So you have this so-called the karma of cause and effect here, which is really very evil. Karma is evil. I don't care people argue and say, oh, karma is just. It's not just. It's not just because it has never been justly administered, and it is an unjust and capricious system. It rewards some, even though that person might not be deserving of it, and it punishes another, even though that person might not deserve it. So it's not a fair system. It favors some according to the whims of the lords of karma. And the lords of karma have the archons, which made up mainly of the Anunnaki. Those who have read my discourse number 5, I think, remember what I said, they have the elite here, there's really the Anunnakis, and they have the spirit of Anunnakis carrying over there in the astral, and they act as the archons, as the controllers, administrators of the astral world. So you have a system here. You have this world run by an elite group controlling this physical world as a virtual reality. So over there you have the astral virtual reality too, which is in a more complex way than this one. And there you have a system too, an astral system which is controlled by the astral beings under the direction of lords of karma in those days. Although now the lords of karma is really dispensed, they are not really there in control anymore, but they still carry on, so it continues that way because it's run by the archons, we call it, whatever you like to call it. Anyways, under the direction there. So those beings of light are often punished or not justly rewarded. Those who are hardly on earth, those who are the evil ones, like the ones who are controlling this system here, who serves the archons of evil, they will be rewarded in the other life. Let's say a guru, for example. And I won't mention the guru's name. This guru, when he passed over, he was made in charge of the whole system there. And he was rewarded. But true beings are often disadvantaged while they are there. Those who try to do the right thing by the light, they're either given very minor role at best, or they're just cast aside just like anyone else, and they are being told what to do. You do it or else. You don't fit in, you are going to be treated badly. But the astral world is such that, because as I say, it's such an illusion. People have the illusion that yes, everything is nice and peaceful and very good and happy. They think they're in heaven. And after a while, if you are the citizens of the astral world, after a while you might get a bit bored. You're doing this and that. Maybe I should start doing something useful. Or some of the beings that will encourage you. They appear to be kind and loving and all that. But still they are supporting the system. So there will come a time when they will say, someone over there will say, hey, how about going to the halls of learning? Now this halls of learning, which is highly regarded by many schools of thought here and teachers and all that, everyone goes to the schools of learning. You learn music, you can become such a expert there. You want to do painting, you want to do this and that. You can become all that very quickly. Now the halls of learning, the great halls of learning that they talk so highly about, is really the great halls of massive programming, various massive collective programming as well as individual programming. So after you have been there, you think, gee, I've learned a lot, I can do this, I can do that, great. I become wiser and all that. But what happens is that you're being programmed while you're there and in preparation for the next incarnation. So after a while, they'll say, hey, it's time you go back to earth again, because that's how your souls will progress. And they say, oh, you choose your own parents, you choose your own culture, so that you have a life purpose, so that you choose the best conditions so that you can work out your karma there. You can work out your soul's destiny and all that. And you believe, yeah, I have free will. But what happens? You are being programmed to think that you have the free will, that you are the one who makes the choice, that you choose your parents. Is it true? No. You are being programmed into accepting that you are the one who makes the choice. So after a while, you'll be sent back again, reincarnated. So the cycle begins again. So the whole cycles of reincarnation, the so-called the karma, the astral karma. The astral karma, for the astral karma, you have to pay the astral debts. When you come back to earth again, you've got to pay the debts here. And then you go back again, go through I see the light. So you go through it. And when you're born again, I see the light, you come down again. So you go on and on and on. It's an endless cycle, useless, endless cycle. It's like paying off a mortgage. But this mortgage, mortgage of the soul, is impossible to pay off. Because before you pay off, you incurred more. So it's sort of a cycle going on and on and on and on. So there's no escape. Can you see why now all these things have to go? It has to go because you just can't escape. So everyone who dies have to go back there and then come back again, go back there and come back again. Now there are communications in the astral world which are genuine, but that doesn't mean that it's a good idea for you to be get hooked on. I tell the people in the astral world, if you are quick to open your door for them and lend a helping hand, you have the whole line queue up. I remember there was a time when, before I started this work, and they soon found out that yes, I can communicate with them, I can see them, and I haven't got my own private life. I sit down there, I start to have my dinner, it's all queue up. And if you don't pay attention to them, they go zoom right in front of you. And want to tell you things. And I would be driving one day, and then all of a sudden, you see this woman, almost like he's sitting on or purging on my windscreen. And they want a message to be given to their ex-spouse or something. And one day I have got one person, I've got this entity, he said, you go and tell my ex-husband that he's doing this and that. So in the astral, he's still angry with his ex-husband. There's something she hasn't finished with him. You see how these people get caught up with that. So in the astral, people here, they're angry with their ex-wife or ex-husband. When they went over, they're still angry with their ex-husband or ex-wife. So nothing has changed. So don't think that if your Auntie Mary had passed on, or Uncle Joe, or Uncle Peter has come back, doesn't mean that they are wiser than they were before.